I don't think I'll get a bonus. I don't think I worked very hard this year. Ask for a promotion? I don't think I was that good this year. Marriage, is this going to last? Am I going to make a good parent? What if I don't succeed? What if my kids grow up and they're not what I expect? What if I'm not good enough? Believe in yourself. Some of us don't. Do any of you relate to any of the characters just now? Some of us, in the professional sense, we don't think we are good enough to ask for more. We don't think we're good enough to get promoted. And in our professional aside, we have our personal life. Congratulations, you just got married. I'm not trying to scare you. And having gotten married, and some of us as having children, there's a lot of pressure. Can we believe in ourselves? I'm going to share with you a bit of my personal stories, the struggles I had in finding myself and telling myself that I should believe in myself. Many years ago, when I was around your age, that was many decades ago, and I started out after university, I told myself I will take whatever job that comes my way as long as it gives me an opportunity to learn. And I graduated from our local university, National University of Singapore, and my lecturer at that time took me under her wing like an intern. So she coached me to be a trainer. I was at the young age of 21. I worked with her for 1 and 2 years, and many of my friends went into the banking industry, financial industry, earning twice, thrice of what I earned. But I had a cool name. My name card shows General Manager. But my roles included being the General Manager, taking care of all the runnings of the company, as well as cleaning the toilet of our office. Because I was a one-woman show. But I told myself, it's okay, I'm learning. So the days went by, 1 year went by, my friends around me told me, hey Maxine, you're very good at what you do. Because I was training in 3 languages. They said, with what you're doing, there are a lot of companies out there hiring. At that time, in Singapore dollars, back in 1990s, I was earning 1,200 Sing dollars. For Singaporeans, is that high or low?
Oh, very high.
It is super low. My colleagues were earning, my fellow classmates were earning 2,500, 3,500. But I didn't believe in myself. I told myself, maybe I'm not good enough. I'm still learning. I should be humble. I should not be greedy and ask for more. So the months went by, and I told myself, yes, I'm sure my boss will believe in me, and she will give me the promotion that I deserve. How many of us relate to that? We're waiting for year after year and hoping our boss will see that in us. Ask yourself that question. And many years went by, and finally I met this person. At the time, I was selling a training CD-ROM, which was the product that my company was marketing. And he told me the story of a Coca-Cola. He said, Coca-Cola, in Singapore, as we talk about pricing by Freddie just now, in a coffee shop, how much does a coffee shop Coca-Cola cost nowadays?
150.
150, thank you, you drink Coke all the time. That's Coca-Cola, that's cocaine, okay. Coca-Cola 150 in a coffee shop. How about a Coca-Cola in a fine restaurant, maybe in Singapore? Typically, how much is it?
$6.
$6. And finally, in Shangri-La Hotel in Sentosa, how much do you think that Coca-Cola will cost? $12. The lesson I learned at the time is, your market determines your value. But the question is, do you believe in yourself? I was so inspired. In fact, I'm feeling my hair stand on my hands right now. Because I told myself, I may be young, I may be inexperienced, but someone believed in me. The person at that time, he was a trainer in the financial industry. He wanted to groom me to be a financial planner. And he saw value in me. And over the next few years, it became about 9 to 10 years, I blossomed, I grew. I advanced very fast in my career. I did so well, and it's all because someone believed in me. Apart from the professional era, my own parents believed in me. I have two other sisters, an elder sister and a younger sister, and that's what we call the middle child syndrome. Right? You're neither the eldest, neither are you the most pampered youngest. I was in between. So my parents knew that I'll be fine, but neither did they pay too much attention to me. And that's where I told myself I have to prove to them that I believe in myself before they will believe in me. But crisis took place at that time. After about 10 years, my business failed, crumbled, and it fell. And I was very disheartened at that time because I had worked so hard for 10 over years to build up my business, but due to some circumstances at that time, I fell. My mentor at the time has already left the industry. No one believed in me then. My parents were disappointed, but they still being parents, they say, baby, go on. I don't know how, but go on. So I told myself, all right, I need to stand out on my own. I need to look for opportunities. And then in this second stage of my life, after the graduation, after 10 years in my career, I grew, I fell. At this stage, that's where I was already married in. My marriage failed as well at the same time. How to believe in myself at that time? When you were young, when you were naive and you were just believing in everything, you believe in love. Yes, Wes Copping, he told me to believe in love. Yes, and his belief story just now. It was really hard. And some of you may relate to that. We may have struggled, we may have tried, but sometimes we may start to doubt ourselves because when one thing happens the other, it can be very disheartening. And I almost stopped believing in myself. And at this stage of my life, I met someone else. And he believed in me. He invested in me. He groomed me to be a professional trainer, sent me to training institutions, got the qualifications I had. And he said, you can be someone great one day. And I thought, wow, I have another mentor now in my life. And with that, I embraced it and I started developing my training career. And for the next 10 years, again, starting to count my age, 10 years and then. So in this second stage of my life, I told myself, yay, I have reborn myself. It's time to do something differently. And along the way, I worked hard and I built up my career, my reputation, and I did well. In fact, as Rebecca Carney introduced me as the trainer, I worked very well with many partners, and one of the biggest partners I worked with, everybody, Singaporeans are familiar with Singapore Institute of Management. Yes, this year I was awarded the Best Trainer of the Year by SIM. It was a feat for me because trainers who work with SIM have to work on average about 10 to 15 years to even smell the award. I worked with them for just 3 years. But I built trust very quickly. I found my value. I believed in myself. I told myself I have something that others may not have. I don't know what's that. I was still finding, but I just went with the flow. So the recognition